It's tool time with Tara. I just realized this afternoon that I didn't even have tool time out um, as a what's happening here? I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. So if you are watching, gosh, it's times like this I do miss my old setup. Let's see. It's interesting. I don't know. If you are watching, make sure to comment. Let me know if you can hear me or not. Oh. Okay, I think if you didn't hear me before, you should hear me now. Please confirm that you can. Woo! Still recovering from this weekend. It was a wonderful weekend. My 70th retreat. What fun we had at the Lakeside Inn in Mount Dora. I'm going to move this mic up because I have I do know why. My mother-in-law is arriving tonight, and I threw a load of laundry in while I was out here getting ready for the live tonight. So that's happening. Hopefully you can hear me over laundry noises. Tonight we will have an in the feed drawing. This is tool time with Tara, and new tools just launched yesterday. I knew even if I chose 2-day option, I was not going to get them in time. So I decided to revisit a tool that maybe if you're new, you haven't seen used, and you're wondering what it is. And if you've been around for a while, you maybe forgot about it, and so maybe you just need a little refresher. It's one of those tools that you can forget about, and then when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's a great thing. So it's the recipe templates. So not to be confused with Project Recipe or Sketches. These recipe templates are plastic, and they can be used over and over again, and you can use parts of them on your pages, and it is a really nice look, particularly for a like a title page or just a special page where you want to feature a couple photos. It's definitely one of those pages that's going to take a little longer, and I have samples of several to show, but tonight we're going to be using the ribbon recipe template to promote the Go Gray in May crop that's coming up in a month, and it's a month out, and we are about 50% full. So if you are someone that usually attends the event, then you will want to make sure that you will register for that. Okay, so if you are watching, make sure to like and comment. That is how you get entered tonight for the giveaway. Many thanks if you have subscribed to me on YouTube, and I realized last week I completely forgot to upload the video. Ugh. This whole not being able to broadcast dual is a problem, and so I'm still trying to remedy that. Okay, but many thanks if you have subscribed to me on YouTube. Many thanks if you are watching me on YouTube. I did get a comment last week on YouTube. Someone was watching that asked if I would repeat the questions in the chat. You know, I never think about it because I can see the questions in the chat and I can see the whole chat. And if you're watching a replay on Facebook, you can see the comments too, if you want. But if you're watching on YouTube, you don't see those live comments. So I am going to thank you for if you made that suggestion. I appreciate that. So I will, with our YouTube watchers in mind, repeat questions that you give me so that they understand what I'm answering. Sometimes I just, answer the question and don't repeat it. So I appreciate that feedback. This weekend is Diamond Cinnamon Dice. So hopefully you have your ticket. If you are planning to attend, raise your hand. Let me know in the chat. I plan to be there. And I know some of you have already told me that you are planning to be there, and I'm so excited about that. But I would love to know who I'm expecting. So let me know if you, last I heard, and it was a couple days ago, there were like 30 tickets left. So it might be sold out by now, but if you, you might want to go to simonsangels.org if you're interested in attending. Like I said, I know there's a handful of scrappy ladies planning to attend. We'd love to have you attend with us. It's a great cause. Okay. Scrapbook Club this week, 2 pages once a month, completed album in 2025. You can hop in anytime. This is a great time for new people, whether you're new to scrapbooking, maybe you have a friend that wants to be introduced to scrapbooking, bring them to this. It's $10. They're going to do a 2-page spread. They're going to go home with something they made. You don't have to bring anything other than that. If you have adhesive, if you have a 12-inch trimmer, bring that. But especially if you're brand new or if you know someone that's brand new, just have them come. That's the most important thing. You can sign up at my website, DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. And we do have some desserts that we have after in celebration of making our pages. So I have some bottled water and desserts, nothing big, but it's a nice night. And we are going to gather at 5 p.m. at McKenna's in Port Orange on Nova Road next to, next to Bell's. So if you're in Port Orange and you want to join some of us for dinner before, we have people traveling in actually from like Jacksonville area, St. Augustine, Jacksonville. And so that they can get out of town and kind of miss the Jacksonville traffic, instead of leaving at 5 from Jacksonville, they're going to leave a little earlier and be here at 5 so we can have dinner. So we'd love to have you join us. And don't forget, as you're hopping on, to comment so that you are entered to win $10 off your next order. So like I said, Go Gray in May is 50% full, so you can register for that. You can get a link at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. You can also go directly to cannonballs.org and look for that rainbow logo, Go Gray in May, and you can get yourself registered. Virtual crop is this coming weekend, April 11th to the 15th. That's Friday to Tuesday. If you are making pages and you upload them to the virtual crop, Creative Memories Virtual Crop, and tag your pages with hashtag Daytona Area Scrapbooking, I will be able to see those posts and you will be entered to win some CM credits. So that is definitely some low-hanging fruit. If you want to use that 10 CM credits for free shipping or off new things, then definitely make plans to make some pages this weekend, all the way till Tuesday. And speaking of Tuesday, Tech Tuesday is next Tuesday at noon. I'm trying to do those shorter and focus on a specific task in Artisan so that those are quicker and you can refer back to them easier. All right, I did just have some people register for Lakeland after the fabulous time we had in Mount Dora this weekend, so that is filling up. A few spots left. So if you would like to attend, you can do that at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. Just click ahead to June, or you can go straight to memorymaniacs.com, and that will go right to my retreat page, And then you can register right now for Lakeland in June or Helen in July. And that was super fun last year, and we're so excited to return. Oh, and speaking of Helen, there it is. Few spots left for that open as well. So just as a reminder, you do want to comment and like to be entered to win some CM credits. Let's see. That is how the little bot will get you into the drawings. So just want to make sure that everybody is good and live. Okay. Okay. Yes, we are live. Now, for some reason, the comments aren't coming through. I see your comments. I don't see them on my screen, but that is okay. I will get them. No, just kidding. Refresh chat. Let's see if that works. Not working, but I see it here, and I think the little bot will pick them up. So keep chatting. I have it on my phone. Oh, now they're coming in. Whew, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. I'm so glad you're here. And hello, Faith and Jen. Love that you're on here. So don't forget to comment so the little bot will pick up your name. And I think we're ready to get on with the show. Let me know if you hear, do you hear my laundry? I'm so sorry. I moved the mic up closer to me. What's happening here? I bet it's because I switched. Hold, please. I had to switch some things around, and you know how tech doesn't like it when we switch things around. Ugh, what's happening? Oh, here we go. Wait, where did it go? Oh, now I hit it. Okay, we're here. I really need to get some train effects for the Crazy Train, for the Hot Mess Express that I always feel like I'm on. Let's see if we can raise this up just a little bit, maybe, without causing too much of an earthquake. Okay. All right. Do comment if you're having trouble hearing from me. Okay, so there's a new Sort and Stash in town. This is not it. This is the old one. So this weekend at the retreat, people said, well, what did you do with your old ones? Well, this is one of my old ones, and I keep all of my recipe templates in here. I use the full 12 by 12 sheets, and I don't have so many of them that it's not like busting out of the binder, but I knew before I was getting on tonight that I could just grab this binder with all of my recipe templates. Okay, so like here's the first one, Botanical Burst, and they're showing what your different cutting options can be, although they're endless, the different cutting options, but this is what they look like, which is really hard to see in the post. So it looks very overwhelming, but you don't have to do all of the pieces. Tonight, like I said, to promote Go Gray in May, we're actually going to do where is it? Somewhere. Hello. The ribbon recipe template. Now, these are on sale right now at creativememories.com for $9. So these recipe templates are usually $15. I mean, that's nearly a 50% off. So if you like the way this looks, it's showing as pink, and on the website it was part of the like pink pink something, pink pink power promotion. Let's just get all the pinks. But of course, there's lots of awareness ribbons. So if you are affiliated with a group or that has, you know, and you have some sort of an awareness ribbon, then you will want to pick this up. This is a great template to use. And I haven't made a page yet, though I have the template. So I thought, since I can't get my hands on the newest templates right away, I thought I would show you some that I've made. Okay, so here's some samples. Here's one, and this is the page I made. So I've got the bubbles over here, and then instead of this on the side, because that can be flipped and you can do this kind of thing on the side, I just added my pages. It makes for really quick pages, and they're really, what's the word I'm looking for? They are amazing looking, I think. And it's one of those things that, like I said, especially like for a title or for a special page, they really add some pizzazz to the middle of your book. Well, thank you, Stacy, and happy birthday, Eve, to you. This is the old binder, the thin binder that everyone likes to overstuff, but I use it for my recipe templates. And where are all my samples? Oh, they're buried under here. Okay, so as I was grabbing some samples to show you, first thing I need to do is take this picture off of here. Now, normally I'm not a history revisionist, but this turned out to be no bueno. So we are just going. I did this, I think, on a Facebook Live. So we're going to get rid of that. It's okay that this looks a mess right now. This is something that I've talked about recently. These awesome little pads that Creative Memories has, that you can use as place savers. And I think that's the size, because I think that's too big. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna use this size, and I'm just gonna cover over the mess that I made. And I probably need it to be a little bit wider, but I'm just gonna stick this on with a little bit of tape, and then I will see that, obviously, I have eyes, when I go to reuse this page, and I will make it a little wider and a little taller than 3.5 by 5.5, and then that will be perfect. Okay, now that page is fixed. I feel so much better. I have my multi-purpose tool sitting right here. I probably should have used that. I just became so unhinged when I saw the picture. I need to get rid of it right away. Okay. Okay, so this one is this pie one, and I'm just showing you these real quick. That one was this one, the Slices of Life. Okay, and I just did half of it, and that's what this ended up being. So you see where you can just do parts of it. Another one I love is this one. That's the roundabout. I did several of that. So I did this one, my son's birthday. I did one of my daughter's birthday. Her middle name is Rainbow in Hawaiian. So I did a 2-page spread with rainbows. And you can see on Aiden's, I did the circles complete. With April's, I did them like that. And there's the template. Let's see. Oh, this one, the contiguous US one, I did that one. That's what that one looks like. So I use the patriotic paper and basically did the whole thing, but I combined some of these sections to put a paper in. Oh boy, you definitely can hear my Brendan is coming in to save me from the washing machine. Please tell me you definitely heard that. If you didn't, these are some amazing noise canceling microphone that I have. Brendan to the rescue. It was like an earthquake in here for just a second. Okay, so sunrise sunset template, that's this one. See what that looks like? And I just did basically this top section, but I also did this bottom section with the squares in the middle. See, you have to kind of be able to see beyond the template. So I did a 5x7 on that one. And then this one, where's this one? This one. So this one is the circle lattice. I mean, look at what the sample is. You really have to block out all those circles to see this kind of frame, but you can also do all these circles. So I did 6, 7 circles and then 1 4x6. So it's amazing what you can do with these, but let's get right into it. Now that I've shown you some samples, get my binder out of the way here, and we will get to doing the one for tonight, which is the ribbon recipe template. Now, like I said, I'm going to do this to promote Go Gray in May, and we will be raising money for the Cannonballs for Cane Foundation, and that foundation donates money to research and families affected by pediatric brain cancer. So I've got some white here. I think I'm going to use that as my background page, but I might also use it as a mat for a photo. So what I'm thinking is that maybe for a group picture from this event in May, I will use this for a group picture. So I'm thinking, and I like to look at it and sort of envision what the page is going to be looking like. So I think maybe, I don't know, in this section, I will do a group picture up here in the top. Maybe I'll do it longer and skinny. I could also separate the picture and kind of go half and half. But I think what I'm going to do is not do, block this out, do the ribbon in the middle, and then do the circle part around it, and then do a 4x6 picture kind of off to the side. That is what I'm envisioning. And what I'm thinking is I will build on the white, but I'm going to cut out my mat out of the middle. So if you don't know how to do that with the new trimmer, definitely stay tuned for that too, so you can learn a new technique. All right, so what I have is some dark gray. I have some speckled gray. And I think I'm going to use the speckled gray for this part. And then I'm going to use the darker gray for this circle part that's behind. And then I'm going to use, I have shimmer, platinum shimmer, that I'm going to use for the ribbon itself. So it's going to be gray on gray on gray. And so you don't have to, for lack of a better word, sacrifice a whole piece of paper. You don't have to, I don't have to put the template down in the middle. You can, And you can get clips from Creative Memories to clip them together. You can use binder clips. You can use whatever you want. What we want to do is just get these pieces. So in order to save paper, I just need this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece in this metallic gray. So I am going to kind of slide this paper over, and this is where it gets tricky. Now this is crafter's choice for sure. Whatever is you'll decide what your favorite mode of operation is. So I like to use straight edges where I can. So you're going to see what I'm doing is I'm actually butting up this template right to this edge so that I don't have to cut that edge because it's already cut for me. And now I'm using my very old school multi-purpose tool to come in here, and right up next to the template I am using this as an embossing tool. I mean, most of us use this as a lifter tool, and to lift the picture from where you made a boo-boo. Now the template bends, so you don't want to like push it over while you're doing your thing. You're like, no, we don't know. That's why we're watching this. Okay. Let me grab out some Creative Memories scissors, the best scissors in the world. So on this tool time, we're going to talk about some very old tools and some maybe newer tools for you. Okay, so it's hard for you to see that, but can you see it when the light catches it just right? So now I don't have to cut this side piece. I'm just cutting. Now some people like to use a pencil. I don't like to use a pencil because then I don't like to have to go back and erase it. And you really can't, like, you could like flip it over. Obviously you'd have to use the template on the reverse side so that the paper's on the back, and then flip it over. Like, I would definitely mess that up, forgetting that I have to flip it over and then my thing will be backwards. And so for me, I have found that this works best. Now, is this perfect when you're getting with scissors? Some of you are phenomenal fussy cutters. You have been fussy cutting since kindergarten, and it shows. I like to use a different kind of cutting tool, a cutting tool that doesn't have as much user error, if at all possible. Okay, so here is my first little piece. So that's the first piece. Now I need to cut this, this, and this out of the gray shimmer. So, and again, you don't have to do it, in the middle of the page. I can come up here to this edge and do this. And now I can use that area kind of walk your fingers along it to keep it in the same place. Hey everyone, good to see you jumping on. We're doing the recipe templates. Who has done one before? Let us know in the chat if you have done a recipe template before, and if you haven't, why? Are you the type of person that's like, no, that's too much time and trouble, I just want to slap my pictures down and I don't want to worry about all that? Or is it just because you've never seen one made and they're intimidating? I would love to hear some feedback. I know, like many Creative Memories tools, we have some collectors where our collectors out there, maybe you own them, maybe you own them all, maybe you have them, but you've never actually done one. It's okay to admit that too, because, you know, it's new. All right, so there is our, oh, see, that's perfect, Jen. Jen uses them for her front and her back pages. Like I said, title page is perfect for a title page. Maybe not this specific one, but in general, they're great for special pages. And a lot of times, especially the back page, that's when you're really stuck, because if your next thing is like a 2-page spread, sometimes you don't know how to end the year, the vacation, that kind of thing. All right, so we've got our 2 pieces. Next thing are those 2. Here's what I'm going to do to make this easy on myself. I'm going to cut off these little pieces there, get them out of the way. And so Jen, since you do them, do you do pencil? What is your preferred? See, now I like wherever there's a straight line, I like to incorporate that. I think I'll run it through the trimmer. Or do you do like this? Do you do with a multi-purpose tool? Have you done it both ways? Like I said, you definitely, once you do one, you will come up pretty quickly with what technique is right for you. I will say again, just doing it, it can definitely move on you. Oh, you do the straight line technique too. Okay, good. Yeah. Now I kind of want to flip this over, and I guess I can because it's not printed, so I can flip over the other side. Now I will say, what will I say? Oh, I also like ones with circles because I can use the custom cutting system, and those come out really good. So were you, yeah, you know, here's the thing, obviously, with anything scrapbooking, we are our biggest critic, as always. I'm just going to blast this off like this really quick. So that I can use my trimmer for these straight. This one has 2 straight lines, so I am going to save myself some time and energy by just doing that. But so do you flip it over to the back side, Jen? And I'm gonna fussy cut this so that I can get the little rounded edges. I don't want it to be so different from the other ones. The little corners have a little, just a smidge of a edge, just like a rounded scissor edge, not a really hard edge, but okay. So now I've got those 3. Yeah, and like I said, we see every sort of, you know, I don't know, inconsistency in our cutting, or maybe it doesn't match the template exactly. We went a little wiggly on it. But once you get those pictures on, I mean, I know you're watching it on a tiny little screen, but as I was flipping through, I mean, you can't see those. So it's just kind of fun. You know, it's why I like project recipes, because it kind of gets me out of my rut when all my pages feel like they start to look the same. It's nice to have something a little different in the mix. All All right. Maybe, oh, this is the one oh, come back. There we go. All right, so we've got those pieces down, and then, oh, you haven't done one of these, Katie? Well, you can definitely borrow one of mine and try it out. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is this big gray circle, and I'm not sure if I will leave it whole or I'll notch it out, but I'm going to try it both ways. I can always notch it out afterwards and cut out the pie pieces, but you can't put those pieces back after. So I am going to lay down this circle here, and I am going to say that it looks like it is that with the blue blade, and it may not be exact, but it's going to get me close enough where I feel like it's going to save me time and energy. So I'm going to move these pieces off to the side here, and I'm going to, oh yeah, see Jen, that's what I would be afraid of. The whole backwards thing. Okay, I'm going to move this away about a ½ inch because that's how far out that the blue blade cuts. Now this is the custom cutting system. Many of you, most of you probably have this in your stash. Maybe you don't use it. Maybe it's time to blow the dust off it. Don't get rid of it. It's just super awesome. So if you forgot how to use it and you need a brush up, I'm happy to do that at any time. All right, let's see how close that came out. Could be a little bigger, but again, I think it's going to come out. It's going to be fine. Okay, so you see how that's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along. So I don't know that it's necessary that I cut this, but if I do cut that, I can definitely push it out. But again, this template isn't going to live with the page. Once that, the page goes down, you're not going to see that. Okay, so I'm going to cut 1 inch off of each side on this so that this part is just in the middle. It's going to look like that. And then it's going to have a white frame on the outside, and I'm going to put the white, I'm going to cut out a white. Okay, so like this page is almost done. See how easy that was? Easy, easy, easy. All right. If I can just keep my space clear, that helps. I know. I one of these days I need it like a little sound bar. You know, like that was easy button. I need one of those little buttons so that I can just do like toot toot, like hot mess express kind of a train noise, because that's how I feel most lives. All right. So I think it's almost time to start laying this out. Now, as I said, I want to cut a mat out of here. So I'm gonna cut it out of the out from behind, because no one's gonna see that. Now we probably all have plenty of white scraps, but if I'm gonna use this page as a background, oh good, I'm glad, Carrie. Then I want to show you how you can cut a mat out of the middle of this. Okay, so I'm just going to do a 4x6 mat. Okay, so this little line in the middle of the little blade trolley, let's call it the blade trolley, I don't know what it's called, is 1 inch from the front, 1 inch from the back. There is a ruler that runs up and down the side. So if I plunge in with the front of the truck at the 9, that means that it's going to pierce the paper at the 10. And I want to go 6 inches. So that means I want to go from 10 down to 4, which means my trolley is going to be at 3. So you can plunge in. So let's make it easy on ourselves. So if I just think about plunging in at the 9, I'm going to go to the 3. That's going to give me 6 inches. So here I go. I'm plunging in at the 9. I'm going to go to the 3, and I'm going to pick up. So that only cut out of the middle of the page. Then I'm going to turn it. And you notice I didn't even consider, it doesn't matter if it's in the center or where it is, just as long as you're not going to go to the edge. So now I have it pushed up to the top, and that's going to be right at the 8. So that's where the cut is. So I'm going to go in at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, now I'm going down to 3. So I'm going from 7 to 3. And that's my 4 inches. And then we're going to do it again. So I'm going to come in, well, let's see. So 7 and a, where am I? You can use this line now that you have the line coming in. You can plunge in right where it intersects, which on here is 7.5. So I'm going to go down to 1.5. And then I just have to do this last little line, and I'm going to line it up and go up to the other line. So from one line to the other line. Now, if you missed the little corners, no big deal. You can take your scissors and just it's a hair's breadth. Oh, that kind of separated on its own. Or you can go back in, put it back in the trimmer, and go through and cut a little more off. Now this is something that I've taught many times when I teach all of the awesome things that this trimmer can do. Of course, because I'm live here, I have to go back in here and cut off my edges. So there's my mat, and there is my paper. All right, and that is going to get covered up. I just didn't want to, waste another sheet of white paper for that. All right, so now it's time to lay this page out. My tape runner is buried somewhere around here. Found it. I have the repositionable tape, which I definitely recommend for the recipe templates because you can reposition things. You want to go light if you think you're going to reposition, because if you do have to pick it up and move it and it's the printed paper, sometimes you can lose some ink. All right, so this one in particular, so I'm lining up the template with my 12 by 12 paper, and now I'm kind of positioning this where I want it to go. It's underneath the template. I'm still deciding whether or not I want to cut this apart and kind of right here and kind of move it out some. So I'm right now I'm just kind of playing real quick, and Let's see how that looks. I think that's the wrong way. No, that's the wrong way. That's the right way. Oh, that was just like a USB trick. You know how it always takes 3 times to put a USB in? It was like, I want to see what it looks like without the template. All right, let's see where a mat is. So if the mat is gonna go here to the side, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to do it smaller. That mat might be a little bit intrusive. Or maybe I want to do it something like this. Maybe I don't want it sideways. Maybe I want a picture of Kane there, and we can post it at our crop for cannonballs for Kane. I kind of thinking I want to cut that really quick. What are your thoughts? And I'm gonna just kind of cut it in half. Oh, this is a fun thing. So when you have a circle and you have your awesome trimmer, you can set this down in this little hole like this. It just sits right nice, and that will cut the middle. It's the middle of the circle every time. So if you need to cut a circle in half, just kind of set it down. Oh dear. I picked up the top of my template with the trimmer and it went flying down onto the floor. Where did you go? Oh, there it is. Ugh. Goodness gracious. All right. Here we go. Back to here. So now I can get those kind of out a little farther. And I think I also am going to, I think I'm going to notch them. I think I've decided. Well, and since that goes over that, I'm not even going to worry. I'm going to cut here. And I'm going to cut here. This is like little little, what's that game? Oh, Trivial Pursuit. So that's going to actually kind of overflow, but we're going to cover it with the ribbon. And then I think I'm going to like it, just because I like the paper underneath. And I've got the curve from the circle. That's the important part, because that's, for me, that's the hard part. I can cut straight with the scissors. And I'm so on board with not having to cut if I don't have to. That's why this one isn't trimmed all the way, because Oh, well, I guess I do need to trim that. Hello. Oops. See that, how that moved? That's what you gotta watch for. All right. All right, now let me stick these down. So I've got, here's how I like to do this. I either like to add some, don't forget to turn them over, because sometimes they do, there is like slight, they're not perfectly round or whatever. So I'm gonna slide it kind of under the template and then position it and kind of push it down a little bit. There's not a ton of tape on here, but I'm just kind of slide it under. Sometimes, you know, your cut isn't so perfect that it's just gonna sit right down through it. So I like to kind of slide it under. You can use your multi-purpose tool to kind of position it. She said confidently. Okay. Now let's get these other pieces on here. Now, again, we've got clips, or I've seen people use binder clips, or you can use washi tape. You can use all kinds of things. I'm going to just pick this up so that it goes through. So that's how that's looking now with those stuck down. Just don't be afraid. You know, I see it with the digital all the time, right? Computers are scary. I was with someone today who, you know, the computers, I don't know, there's an update today. I see that I have an update to do. I have a little orange ball right now, so I could tell it was downloading an update, and I was like, it's all right, just, you know, computers are an exercise in patience, but, you know, don't let them make you cry. That's my rule. All right. So same as with paper. It's just paper. So if you want to, you know, try a fun tool like this, just try it. It might cost you a piece of paper, but you might create something really cool. And a lot of these recipe templates you can do with, you know, scraps. And, you know, it's not like we have money to throw away, but we all have, I know, we all have some paper in our stash. So I used 3 sheets of paper for I used 4 sheets of paper. I can count. All right, so we got to add on this. Speaking of wasting paper though, actually now I'm back to that might work. I don't think I have to go do all the pieces. I think I just have to do, there isn't even a piece, like, I mean there is a piece, but it's the whole piece, but I'm just gonna do the continuation of the circle, and then I just need to do this bottom piece down here. So I don't even need to do this piece up here. So let me start with this one. Now I've lost my multi-purpose tool. I want the curve to be right. So I need to go over here. Work with me, template. At the end of the day, you just want to have fun with it. Like I said, what's the worst thing that can happen is that, you know, you spend an hour on it, and maybe you do it at a retreat when you need a break anyway, and you're like, all right, now's the time. I want to try to do this. And maybe you end up using the page, maybe you don't. maybe you learn that these are not for you, but maybe you create something really cool and you decide, I'm going to do this for my title pages and my end pages, like Jen. All right, so we've got that piece in there now. And like I said, what I want to do is kind of complete the circle if I can. I want it to look right. So I'm in my mind's eye kind of connecting that circle with this circle. But I guess I need to do that under the template. And now I'm going to go in like this. Like I said, this is where, I mean, I used 4 sheets of paper, but if your pieces are just little schnibbles, like our friend Lisa says, then you can definitely use some scraps. So that's going to go like that, not like that, or maybe like that. Okay. Don't bend the paper. Let's make sure that this is lined up. All right. Now, I didn't even need to do that piece right there. Oh, you know what would have been cool? I wasn't even thinking. It's for cannonballs for cane. I mean, this can be a cannonball, right? I could do a little fuse on it. I should have done it in black. Might have to do another one and do it in black. Okay. So I wasn't sure that was going to work, but yeah, so that looks like a cannonball, right? And then maybe I can add the logo on there. All right, so I've got our, yeah, absolutely, Katie. And so there's my page for Go Gray May, and that definitely feels like a cannonball, right? For Cannonballs for Cane. I have the gold paper, but it'd probably be fun to do a gold shimmer for like the crop for gray and gold. The ribbon is gray and gold for pediatric brain cancer. Our crop in May is Go Gray in May but we donate the money to Cannonballs for Cane at both of them. So now my page is ready to go for this year. And we used the ribbon template, and it's 8 p.m. so that took less than an hour with all my chit chat. This is what it looks like. Like I said, right now it is on sale for $9. And if you missed the beginning, then you will definitely want to, you'll definitely want to go back to the beginning of the video and watch watch all the other samples that I showed of past of other recipe templates. So there are some they did sell in March. You could have put in a code that you would get the Shamrock one for a penny around St. Patrick's Day. Guess who added it to their cart and forgot to do the code? So I paid $15 for mine, and I already have one. So now it's part of my inventory, but maybe you got one for a penny, and if you did, you should definitely try it. And now this one is $9. So anyway, I guess it's time for us to give away some CM credits. What do you say? I think it is time. So let's see if we can do this without much excitement. Okay, let's go back. Oh, what's happening to my mouse? Come back, mouse. Why are you not cooperating? All right, so we are going to hide this, and we are going to open this, and we're going to see how that works. Why are we not hidden? What? Oh. I'm telling you what, I have had the most trouble in here tonight. Let's see. I don't know. Now my mouse just refuses to work. I see that the giveaway finally came up, ish. I don't know if it just doesn't like this mat or what. Huh. All right, none of those are the post. Let's see how this works. We refreshed. We are attempting to give away. Oh, thank goodness. And let's get our comments and let's choose a winner. Okay, hopefully everyone said hey. Oh, Faith, are you still on, my friend? Is Faith still on? I feel like there's many people watching that didn't comment, so yay! Congratulations, Faith. You are the winner tonight. Yay! Congratulations. That was just really difficult. Thanks for hanging in there. If you continue to watch, congratulations to Faith. So Faith, you will win some CM credits. I will send those over to you. I don't know if you all saw, but there's an awesome new collection that launched yesterday. I was so just, on a high from the retreat. I completely forgot about the launch yesterday and to tell everyone about it at the retreat. It's just too much. But it is it's called Hit the Road. No, I think it's called Hit the Road. But it's all road trip theme, vacation theme, and it's amazing. And there are punches that go with it that you can make different road signs with, and it's so fun. So hop on over to creativememories.com, check out the new stuff, or to my Facebook page so you can see the new stuff. Thanks everyone for watching, and thank you for sharing how you use the templates. And I hope that you all will try it. Don't forget, this ribbon recipe template is on sale right now for $9 from $15 at creativememories.com. You can make it part of your collection and use it. Hit the road. Okay, yeah. That's great. Oh, Nancy, well, I see you. I can see your comment, and looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. And don't forget, if you are coming to the Scrapbook Club on Thursday night, look for that email, and hopefully we will see you at 6:30 or at dinner at McKenna's at 5 before. Let me know if you're coming so that we know how many to expect for dinner, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Until I see you, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye. Except my mouse doesn't work again. Okay.